You can call me Ayaba. I know I didn't tell you this last week, but I'm gonna just call me Ayaba. Anyways, today we're going to be discussing something very, very, very important. It's music and evangelism. How do they relate? We want to discuss that. And joining me is an Arab that used to go around the whole world. You know, when I mean the world, I mean the whole world of Nigeria to minister, you know, with his other team members. Songs, and that's Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph Iyasere.
Joseph Iyasere. Said you should ask Iyasere to his name. And then we also have our wonderful brother Jedediah here.
Simple Jedediah.
Okay, he's simply Jedediah. Anyways, talking about music and evangelism. How do you think they relate? Mr. Jedediah should answer this question.
Actually, it passes so many similarities. Evangelism is just about the love of God to the world. The Bible says, go into all the world. Music is a medium where you can catch the attention of the people and impart into them through singing. It's been an instrument where in the Bible is being used to touch people's life, and contemporarily, even right from the 18th century, you've seen where music directly touches the life of people. What do you see today in the 21st century? In fact, ministers imbibe music in their administration.
That's the same thing. Same thing happens in church. A lot of times they will tell you that the choir members already preached.
Exactly.
That the pastor just going to ask the words they said.
There's programs where you see pastor changing their messages because of the ministration of the choir members.
Very true, very true, very true. For me, I experienced that I think years ago. In fact, the pastor didn't. I think it was okay. I was in school then. I remember already. I was in school, and then we had two choirs in my school: classical choir and then the contemporary choir. And then when we were done, the contemporary choir came and then they sang, and you know we were expecting that. Okay, after that, you know, the pastor will come off. But as they were singing, the pastor now went there and continued the song that the choir was singing, and then we continued that way. He didn't say a word of open your Bible to Ruth chapter something or Matthew chapter something. People were walking to the altar themselves, kneeling down and crying, and you know.
Well, music actually speaks to the soul, to the heart. It hits the heart, and you know, music is interactive.
Yeah.
You sing, and one way or the other, without even saying repeat and repeat and repeat, somebody is already hearing almost the next line. So music is that kind of thing that can actually pass a message to the hearts of the people. And looking at evangelism, it's just a very sweet tool. Heaven, singing in heaven, and heaven has given us the tool of singing, and in singing we can also pass the message. So that's just how me I say it.
And for me, I would always say that I'm doing rehearsals. Yeah,
for heaven.
You know.
Possibly, you know, we're gonna see there anyway.
So, but then, what genre of music do you think that is the best? Or is there a particular one? You know, some people tell you that, I mean, what this one doing is rapping. What do you think you are saying? Nobody is hearing what you are doing or what you are doing.
You know, that is a very serious topic, because you cannot go to the public and preach or minister in songs like you minister like no, it's not. You want to minister to people who are in the ghetto. You have to sing like the ghetto, because the ghetto song that can catch their attention.
Oh, that's true.
So if you want to sing to people, you want to sing to people who, if they don't hear drums, it will be as if you are wasting your time. Sister, you have to put on the drums and let them hear. You are singing to people who, okay, you're having a Bible study. You cannot sing in a place where you're having Bible study and start singing deliverance. It will be like, oh, why are we here? What is it doing here? So the kind of song is actually relative to your congregation or the audience or people who you want to catch their attention. So I'm singing hip hop. What is the normal song? Okay, this normal song we sing in church is the old-time religion song. Take for example, give me that old-time religion is actually reggae.
Yes.
An old school person actually will say, reggae is sing, but come, you sing reggae all the time.
All the time.
And when you want to go for weddings and they want to sing, no, don't play that kind of music, give me this one. The choristers come and sing, and when they begin to sing, you begin to clap, people are dancing high life. and they will tell you don't sing. I don't understand. So actually we do most of these things without us knowing we do them, and it blesses life.
I need Joseph to say something. You know, he's been known this since It's true, yes. Oh yeah, tell us.
Another thing is that music cuts across demographic backgrounds. So irrespective of the country you come from, it depends on the people you are ministering to. So it depends on the audience, and you know the kind of music that will be appealing to the audience.
Okay, but then when do we say, oh, you know, you talked about culture now. Someone from Korea. Or let me even use an example. I remember I went for a wedding in Akwa Ibom, and then they were in church. They were dancing. Everybody was shaking bum bum. Honestly, probably myself and two other people stood and were like, "What's going on?" But then I was quick to realize that we were the only ones wondering. The Akwa Ibomites were really praising God. The men and women, and they were dancing. They were not. That's their style. They were not looking at anything. But I felt like, what's going on inside this way? Are you doing cultural dance inside church? But then they were actually praising God. But then at what point do we say, no, this is too much? When we want to, mix culture into the music to make sure.
Bible says, let your moderation be known unto all men. There are things that are out of the scope of biblical standards. When you are praising and it's as if the inspiration is going the worldly way, then you know you are going out of scope. You shouldn't do things that music, let me not just say music, church music or the spiritual aspect of music, inspiration comes from above. And you cannot get inspiration from above and get lost below. It's meant to impact people. And since you are getting ideas from the Lord to touch the life of the congregation, then I think there should be a place of moderation. You don't overdo the Lord's work. It's not your work. It is called the Lord's work. So you cannot overdo, or you should not overdo the Lord's work.
Balance.
So balance, moderation. You don't overdo things. You don't lose focus of the primary purpose of singing. Evangelism is so winning. So that's all.
So for this.
Okay, true, but then for me, from the example I gave earlier, I said it's that I was judging, right? So here's my question. Let's say you sing to probably Ghanaians, for example, but they have, or let me say South Africans, and they have their dance thing that is called now, piano, and you do something like that. Let's say the person is doing a Christian song or dancing. Now, is it possible that, let's say, some set of people actually, you can probably read through the comments, maybe the person posted the song and everything on YouTube, you read the comment and you see some people saying, oh, I was blessed and all of that. And from my own perspective, I'm like, Kobai, what's going on? Is it possible that maybe it was not well done? I don't know how to put this question. If it's not well done, then probably it's not blessing me. Or is it possible that it's not possible that every song can bless everybody or preach the gospel to everyone?
Song is spiritual. Be it good or bad, it carries a spirit. And you cannot draw inspiration from the choreography of a bad song, so to say, to the good one. They are not, it will contaminate it, just as you will not put a new wine into an old cup. That is it. So if you want to minister, be a minister. If you want to entertain. Let's know the clear difference between ministration and entertainment.
I want to add to what he has said is that we should know where music comes from. Whichever music we hear in the world today, it was actually created from heaven. It's one of the elements, most powerful elements on this earth that wasn't created on this earth. Are we getting it? So it comes from God. Therefore, there's nothing like maybe devil's music. Devil was in charge. He was just as maybe person in charge of music in heaven. So some people, you hear some people say there is devil's music and all that, but nothing like that. Music was created by God, and you check the Bible and all that, you see everything there.
Music is created by God. I very much agree with you. We know that because we have the story in the scripture. Lucifer was the head of the choir master. But then it was thrown away because it was messing up.
The main aim of music is worship. No matter the lyrics, no matter whatever kind of music, give it any title. the aim is what? Music.
To worship God.
Just to worship. So depending on what you are worshiping. So it was created by God. Even the angels, you check the book of Job 34 and all that. Job 37, 4 to 7, you see there. The Bible stated it there that and the angels, they worship even before the creation of the world. Look at it. So the total aim is to worship. And it's very important when we're talking about evangelism.
I think the lesson today is that, the question for today is, what are you worshiping? So the song or the type of song that you're listening to is the answer to who you are worshiping. If you're listening to some very weird, that, some songs are even very obvious from the lyric that is very satanic, then that means, you're not doing the Lord's work. You're not doing what God has sent you here to do. But then I must also mention, a lot of times people feel like because it's evangelism, we're doing the Lord's work. Let's just sing the song now, and then nobody really cares about the production, the excellence in the production. What's your take on that?
Listeners who care. I get irritated when I get under administration that has poor. You will know obviously their preparation is poor. First of all, there are things you need to put into place. Number one, the place of prayer. You have to pray your singing to the hearts of the people. Then another thing is prayer without proper musical preparation is not good. Like they need to rehearse. They rehearse very well. Make sure the parts are in sync. The alto is singing well. The soprano, the tenor. We are not hearing overlapping and everything is going fine. Then the harmony, because you cannot just sing without proper harmony. The harmony must be there. You cannot be singing a chord that is supposed to be a do major chord and you are putting a do mi, then you are putting something like la. So it will take the minds of the people off. And things like that, preparation, it actually brings a readiness to sing, actually captures the heart of the people. And it shows your level of seriousness.
So what is what doing is what doing?
It's what doing well. So that is it. It's what doing well. Mm-hmm. So at the end of it, you will not only minister the wordings or lyrics of the song to the people, but you make them feel like, wow, this is a ministry worthy of emulation, and the ministry of the people will be like, wow, I've heard people saying, I want to be a singer because I heard so and so singing. I want to be something because I heard so and so doing that same thing. So that is how it goes.
Yeah, and I think a Bible passage I would go with that is that faith without works
is dead. It's totally dead.
We need to put both together. And concerning this, it's not even musical now. But then there was a testimony that a young guy saw a flyer of the church, and then because he saw the flyer, he was like, a church made flyer as good as this.
As good as this.
Graphic designer from a church. Let me go and see how they are doing in that church.
Oh, this reminds me of somebody who said, wow, saw the choir members going up and saw the dressing of the sisters and gave her life to Christ.
Exactly.
Wow, so people can still dress this way. So there are some basic things that captures the mind, the soul, and the heart of people actually.
Exactly. So I want to finish my story.
It's
very important. So we're talking about evangelism and how important. Of course, we know we're talking about music today, but then I just need to finish this testimony. The person got to church that day, not another service, and became born again. Yes. Now he's one of the pastors in that church.
Wow. Saw the flyer. Because of the flyer, wanted to know more about and went to the church where the flyer was made, and that was it. Wow.
One thing is that, music is easier for somebody to remember the lyrics of music compared to maybe when somebody just listens to the word of God like that. So it has more impact.
Resonance.
It resonates in the heart.
And another thing I would say about music is also the sound. It's also very important.
It's an important tool that wasn't created here. So it's very important that whenever somebody wants to sing or wants to minister, such a person should be fully prepared so that the person can be the
best.
Yeah.
Anyways, while we're still talking about music and evangelism, let's say you are invited for a program, and they're like, Pastor Jedediah, please, we want you to come and minister. We have this program. What song do you think that, oh, the first thing probably they wake you up today from sleep and you're like, sing me a song?
You are highly lifted up.
Wow.
There is no one like you. See, why I sang that song is it's not because I wanted to sing the song. Singing songs are spiritual.
Yes.
You asked that question, it came as inspiration to me. And that is it. When songs lose inspiration, then they lose their worth.
You people, you are writing it down. When songs lose inspiration, it loses. See, today, we can close now because I'm full. I hope you are eating well because this is food we are giving you. Inspiration is very important. You know, it may seem like we're mentioning like, they talked about this last episode. Yes, it is important that we hear these sounds from God. You know, there are some songs that you don't even understand the lyric. Do you know?
Yes.
But when you hear it, you just know that this is from heaven.
Oh, yeah.
There are songs like that I'm like, what's going on? And then I have one check for the meaning. I Google it and I'm like, my goodness, this is deep. So that's why inspiration from heaven is very important.
As you were speaking, I just pictured those three constants. There are some of his ministrations that actually you don't really hear the lyrics, not because you are not listening, but before you pay attention to listen, you are broken down in tears to pray.
Yeah.
And you see people praying up and down. It's not because they really plan to pray, but there is this spirit and power. There's the move of the spirit that comes that backs up that song.
Yeah.
And before you know what is happening, beyond the lyrics, there is a manifestation, and that should be the goal. Singing, there should be the goal of reaching out to the heart of the people, communicating with them, interacting with their spirit, and getting them back to the Savior.
So you know what happens whenever somebody listens to you is that 60 seconds when you just listen to any song like this, it has its own impact. Immediate impact on the listeners. 60 seconds, you know, there's something that, let's go to science now. Sorry, I want to take us to science now. You know,
I mean, it's like God is science, right?
There's something we call left brain and the right brain. When we talk about the left brain, it's analytical, it's sort of statistics, mathematics, and all that. On the right brain, it's emotional. Whenever you listen to any music, 60 seconds, whatever you saw, what happens is that the left brain shuts down, and the whatever sound you are hearing dumps inside the right brain. Are you getting it? So it has its own impact on the listeners. So that's why when we're talking about Tosin Oyiso's song and the impact, I don't know some of those lyrics, but it makes impact even in my life. Are we getting it? So that's the impact music does and all that.
Yes, you mentioned and talked about how music is very, or should be very inspirational. We have to get the sounds from heaven and all of that. But then at the same time, we are in the 21st century. You mentioned tech is like everywhere. I mean, it's advancing. It's getting scarier actually daily. But then, how can we do this to make sure that if we go on YouTube now, go on Instagram, go on Twitter, any social media platforms, and sometimes you don't even need to Google it now. You just see these things pop up. There are some songs now that I know, not because I went to go and look for it, but those are the songs that I'm using for all these reels and all of that. What do you think we should do? Because, you know, we need to reach out to the world and tell them that Jesus is coming soon. We need to make sure that we are using our music too, is being used for all these reels and all of that. What do you think the Christian body can do to make sure that, you know, because it's something burning in me, really.
One thing I think we can do is that as the technology is advancing, we as Christians, we should not be ignorant of what God is doing in the world. So we also should advance in our knowledge, and whatever it is, we should get those things that we need to get and just learn how to use it so that we can make impact. I will get to it.
There are so many issues on ground where you have people saying, this voice is nice, but the truth is nobody is listening to you. When people have the voice, they have the message, but they don't have what to project them to the world. And I think in Christendom, in the church, we should have people who will be able to sponsor ministers. When I mean sponsoring them, bringing them to studios, paying for their sessions, bringing them to managers, some managers who will be able to bring them out to the world. Now, when you have people like that, then you'll be able to identify one, new talents. Two, we have fresh message. Then three, the attention of the audience is shifted from what they used to hear. Then apart from that, we shouldn't get tired of it. In as much as the person doing morning cry will never get tired of doing morning cry every morning, we shouldn't get tired of singing and singing and singing again.
I was going to come to what you said also, that it's important that we have different denominations, definitely.
Yeah.
But then it's important that in every denomination, say your parish or your district or your own church, that if there is a music minister in your midst, that it's important that we help that kind of person. If the music is out, it's something that the church or that particular parish can, if people there can support, repost picture, make reels, Instagram reels, Facebook reels, and all of that, and make the song itself go viral and have people listen and be blessed. I was going to add to what you said.
And seriously, and it will really go a long way to going to a mind I never thought could get it. We have our likes, and there's something going on X and Twitter where you say trending posts. We can make such posts trend. It doesn't cost us anything. Mm-hmm. Instead of trending things that will not edify the spirit, edify the soul, we see things that will edify us. We bless our spirit and we connect us to heaven. We like such,
and
we love such and share.
Get to the wider world.
Yes, that's what technology is doing now. We don't need to travel to the US, to the Bahamas, right?
We have them at home.
I mean, they're right here, right?
Exactly.
So we can just, send the gospel through music, and like you mentioned earlier, songs are very powerful. A lot of people will prefer listening to songs in church than having a preacher come to preach.
Exactly.
So, but then if we have, we have that at the back of our mind that some people, it is that even music part of the service that they are used to. Then the choristers in each church, the choristers in whatever parish should be able to work towards making sure that the production of, even if it's just Sunday service, last sound that they are singing, make sure that whatever ear that is hearing those songs are blessed.
I want to share a personal story of what music has done in the sound. It's starting part of music. It happened March this year, this 24th to 24th, that we were traveling and we were going to East. It was a mission to reach out to listener. When we were on the road, between Imo State, if you are conversant with us on the road, Imo State, and we were going to appear. So we were ambushed by this Eastern security network. And so this unknown government people understands. So we ambushed, we entered inside that bush, we got down from our bus and that. Everybody was outside. And what happened during that period, our phones was searched, and we were looking for one thing. They said, okay, if you have any police, you saved any number, and any contact with police or soldier, that's okay. I'm not going to go there. I know that you're not going to for that. I know that, and that such a person will be held back. I know that. So some persons were beaten, even females and that. But along the line, it was as if we are not going to get out of this trouble. But in my mind, I kept praying that everybody may just pray that God should take control. What happened instantly? If vehicle was searched, everybody would be on the floor. I know that the driver was beaten, some other persons were injured. I know that we were just praying. Is it the end of the road for us? I know that what happened instantly, God took absolute control. They asked us this question, and they said, where are you guys going to? And we said, okay, we are going on a mission. We want to go and reach out to people through music. What later happened, They now said, okay, let's even know if you guys can even play. And one of us just took out trumpet. Are you getting it? Blow it out. And there's one song that just came to his mind. That was what saved us that day. I'm talking the real life story, I think. He brought out that trumpet and he blew the song. This song said, only you I will serve. I have no other God. Only you I will serve. I have no other God. Well, guess what? There was solemn peace and calmness. Instant impact of music. And so what God cannot do, does not exist. I'm not getting it. So they said, okay, please, after the whole thing, if you are over with this Eastern people, even when they tell the people stay at home on Mondays and all that, if they come outside, you know what happens? Some of them they get killed. And you get it. So instantly they said, okay, you guys, you are free to go.
Wow.
Miracle. They said, after that period, they said, pray for us. Impact. Are we getting it? We didn't think that, okay, we're going to leave that place and like, but God took control and he made a way.
I was going to ask a question from this testimony you just shared. Do you know how to play any instruments?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to do some mistake.
That means it can be saved from any other. Anyways, guys, it's been wonderful having you here. But before we go, we have a tradition here, and then you're going to be singing for us. Yes, one of our guests will always sing for us, and I want to know the title of the song that you'll be singing for us and when.
Which one? I've done my own singing.
I'm looking to you this.
Okay. I want to sing Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace. Why Amazing Grace?
Amazing Grace. Talk about the hope and the faith, the hope Christians have in this world. And we're getting it. So we are just preaching and talking about the grace. We are talking about the cross and all that. You look at the cross, you look at the impact of the cross in our life. So you look at everything and you just say, I don't have any other thing, but I just want to give all to God. Talk about that grace that God has bestowed in our lives.
Thank you very much, Joseph, and thank you very much, Mr. Jedediah. Thank you for. In fact, I've been blessed today. I believe that everyone that's tuned in, that's listened, I believe you have been blessed and know the importance of evangelism through music. So don't forget to always think about the souls out there when you're writing songs. Get the inspiration, and don't worry, the technology is there. Just use it wisely. And you're gonna go around the world.
Yeah, we can reach the wider world through music.
Thank you very much, guys. Please join us in the next episode. I believe it's gonna be fun. My name is Esther. Bye.